Okay, hello. This is a little test to see if this all looks good or not. I don't know if filming with this will be good or whatever, but hello, welcome to my sketchbook. You can see my started sketch of Dear Rat Boy, who is a D&D campaign character for a campaign that we started yesterday actually. Today I will be using Prismacolor Color Ace in light blue. That's what I do. The Instagram is going. I don't know, I can't really see the angle because I'm doing top down. Anyway. So my name is Drew, and where would be good for you to see me draw? Probably this corner. My name is Drew, and I am teal sylph. See, I've had that username for so long, but I have no concept of branding. So like, I have no idea how I would work that into anything. Any ideas? That means nothing. That's stupid. Anyway. So here I am, I'm just sketching, so I'm not really doing anything in particular. I've got like a set of watercolour pencils recently, which I've never really bothered to learn to use. I've had them around before, but I just kind of use them as colour pencils. So we're all stuck at home in April. And there's 4 of us in my house. So I've decided to get used to something new. One day I'll draw a character not facing 3/4 right. Anyway, so this is just going to be a nice warm-up sketch. Not really sure who yet. We'll figure it out. I think I'm gonna do this here. So, I'm actually in a phenomenal mood right now. So, quick look into my quarantine life so far. It is a, hang on, I have to check what day it is. It is a Wednesday. It is 6 PM on a Wednesday, right? Somebody's house alarm started going off at 5 AM Sunday morning. It stopped going off about 20 minutes ago. It has been going continuously that entire time, and I have been able to hear it from my room. I've barely slept. I've been angry. I've been like on the edge of snapping. The only thing that stopped me has been Animal Crossing and the Bon Appetit YouTube channel. So that's how I'm at mentally. Who are we gonna draw? But yeah, I like nearly cried with like relief when it finally stopped. I like called out to my housemate and I was like, oh my god, Morgan, it stopped, the alarm stopped. And he was like, good for you. Okay, well, I've drawn the fringe of my OC character Nee. So we're drawing. I love to draw him. So my original character Nee, I came up with him, I want to say maths class in year 10. I'm in my 20s now, so, oh god, how many years ago would that have been? Year 11 was 2015, year 10 would have been 2014, I suppose. Okay, well, I came up with him around 2014. And since I came up with him, I've been coming up with the story for the comic that he's a part of. And it's called It's a Maths Adventure, which my sister has told me is too reminiscent of Adventure Time and I should change it. I disagree with this. I think that's fucking bullshit. But I don't know. Tell me your onions in the comments or not. I don't care. I'm not changing it. I refuse to change it. And I know it's a mouthful as well, but so are a lot of comic titles. I'm stubborn. Anyway, Nee is a Cyclops. He was originally going to be 17, and then I changed his age to 18, and then I changed his age to 19, where it has stayed. And that has been because while I've just not been really, like, I've been developing the comic and the plot and everything about it, I've not really actually been creating it as such. I've done like I've done the intro pages, and a few more, but I've not really done the comic too much, and I've continuously gotten older, obviously. Like, I'm not 15 anymore like I was when I came up with him. I'm now in my 20s. I'm now nearly 22, so it's been a continuous streak of, oh, I'll just age him up a year so I'm closer in age to him, so I can carry on, you know, being able to write him from personal experience. And then, you know, he gets older and older and I get older and older, and honestly, I've stopped aging. I stopped aging him up when I aged him up to 19, because I was like, look, he's supposed to be a teenager. I know I'm not anymore, which is one hard thing to handle already, but I can't just keep aging my character up, so 19 he will stay, and I'll just have to base him like around how I felt at that age, I suppose. 19, I was already away from home, I guess. Feels weird, honestly, not being a teenager anymore. I'd say it's recent, but it's not, I suppose. Oh, I don't know. There's this weird feeling that it's new and it's scary, and then there's this other feeling that it's been forever and I'm already over it. And I guess that's just how growing up is. I guess that's how growing up and also living through a pandemic is, right? You know, everything's new and weird and scary, but it also feels like it's been going on forever. That's how this quarantine feels. Anyway, I'm gonna give him a bit more freckles than usual. Usually I just give him 3 across the bridge of his nose, but maybe it's summertime for him. Let's draw his singular eyebrow. Oh, tell you what, sometimes I'm just like, I want to create Nee in a Pickeroo, and then I'll look for, there's hardly any Cyclops ones ever. It's really, really hard to find a Cyclops option in a Pickeroo. And then when I do find one, they still give him 2 eyebrows. And I'm like, man's only got one. It's only got 1 eye. Why does it need 2 eyebrows? Even little eyelashes there. I have no idea how much my hand is covering what I'm doing, but let's give him a little smile. There we go. Oh, isn't he a happy little lad? Okay, yeah, so that's like a little bust. Took me like, what, 2 minutes? I don't know. That's time. So, my watercolour pencils. Don't know what brand they are. I got them pretty cheap in TK Maxx. Got a red, and I'm just going to sketch him in slightly. So, you know, to reiterate, I'm not used to these. I'm probably doing everything completely wrong, but I'm figuring it out. It's fun. I've also got some watercolour pens, like felt tip pens. I haven't got them up here with me. They're downstairs at the moment because, I'll be real, if I'm upstairs, I tend to do digital art. And, you know, I'll draw on my Cintiq, which you can see here. What? Probably see my stickers on it. I got some Leighton ones and some JoJo ones, and Emily made these ones, and then Neon Genesis Evangelion. And Emily's one of my housemates. And yeah, I if I'm upstairs, if I'm in my room, I'm drawing digitally, pretty much. If I'm downstairs, that's when I'll draw traditional, because, you know, I'm closer to resources like water for watercolors and all that. And also, I'm such a bastard baby when it comes to traditional. I've never really been a big fan of it. I've always, you know, ever since I've been, you know, had access to MS Paint, I've been a much bigger fan of digital, even when I was drawing with a mouse back on DeviantArt. You know, it's just, I guess it's my preference, but you know, I've still always done traditional, like that was all I could really do at school and all that. So like in secondary school, I always drew in my workbooks. I tell you what, there was definitely way more drawings of this guy in my year 10, year 11 maths book than there was maths work. I am the stupidest man when it comes to maths. Can't do shit. I'm also incredibly dyslexic, so there was a lot of sketches of this guy in my English book. Although English was a pretty good subject for me. Okay, so I bought a bunch of these on eBay a while back, and they're just watercolour paintbrushes where you fill this bit up with water, and then you can just use them anywhere. You don't need like a pot of water. Watercolours, which is a bit of a lifesaver, I'll be real. And the amount of times me carting like my pots of water to the coffee shop before this whole pandemic happened, because me and my housemates and my other friends, because we're all on this like one art course at uni, or were, you know, times change, and so we all do arty stuff, and we'd all meet up at this one coffee shop in Leeds, and it's really, really lovely. Honestly, I miss their coffee so much. I miss the ambiance, I miss just painting there, but it's always a really good excuse to go do traditional art, and we'd all cart our stuff there and, you know, have some coffee and chat and, you know, soak in the environment and all paint together. And those lucky sods who had iPads with Procreate would, you know, do that, and it was always really lovely. And that's definitely one thing I miss. There's such a huge amount in this quarantine. 200 coffee shop. Yeah, that was always really nice. But carting a little tub to have water in and a bottle of water with me was never too fun all the way there. So I specifically bought these for that, but then they arrived when the quarantine started, so I've mostly been using them so that I don't have to go refresh my paint water all the time in the living room. There we go. This is a bit darker than I usually do. It's usually more of a pinky colour, but it was originally this sort of red, I'll be real. And then got his hair. I was once told that Nee looks like if Leela and Fry from Futurama had a baby, and I really don't know how to feel about that. But he's just a little man's. Now, It's a Maths Adventure is I really, really don't know how to explain the genre so much. It's more like it's fantasy, definitely. I'd say it's a bit personal, because Nee is definitely a lot of his plot points are based off of things I've personally experienced, just in like a fantasy setting, I suppose. He's quite a lot like me, but at the same time he's nothing like me. The reason I came up with him in the first place was a friend of mine told me that I only ever make characters who were self-inserts, and they were right. I did only make characters who were blatant self-inserts, and looking back on that now, I don't particularly think that's a bad negative thing, as long as you still create good stories. And I mean, if you're writing from experience, then obviously the writing's going to be more personal, and you know, you're not going to have to ask for other people's opinions and maybe, you know, get things wrong and all that. I think writing from experience is definitely something that shouldn't be, you know, mocked or shat on or anything. And yeah, I took that as a challenge almost, because I was 15 and I thought, I don't just make self-inserts, I can make a character that's the opposite of a self-insert. So I took the things that I thought, you know, were the worst and I hated, and, you know, I didn't want anything to do with maths and, you know, remembering facts and dates and caring about order and tidiness and all that. I took that and I put it into a character, which was Nee. So he wants to be an accountant. He wants an ordinary life. He, you know, he wants to have order and, you know, just be himself somewhere. And, you know, his favourite thing is maths, and he does little like number puzzles in his spare time. And, you know, these are all things that I couldn't do if I tried, even if I really wanted to. I could never do anything like that. I gave him a fear, which is something that I really like. He's scared of the ocean, he's scared of water, and, you know, I would swim forever if I could, or if I, you know, had the body positivity for it. But, you know, I put all these things into his character that made him like the opposite of me and all this, and then motherfucker turned out, you know, the biggest self-insert I've ever had, and God knows how that happened, but it did, and I grew incredibly attached to him. So here I am years later using him as, you know, the main character for this story that I'm never going to let go, apparently. And, you know, I'm not saying I work on it constantly. I'm not saying it's got 5 years worth of work put into it, but, you know, it's definitely got a lot of work put into it. I've got like a whole notebook full of notes about it, and I've designed a bunch of species of characters because it is set in this fantasy world, and the Cyclops are the first characters that you meet in it. But there's like an oceanic area with oceanic characters I've come up with. There's a swamp area with like frog characters, and there's some mountain areas, you know. I think they're mostly humans that I've put in the mountains, but you know, there's all this. There's like a desert area that's got like lizard characters, and I've come up with all these characters. There's like 3 main characters in It's Maps Adventure. Nee is the main character, and then the second main character is his best friend called Betsy, and they are sort of the catalyst to everything that kind of goes wrong and happens at the start of the story. And that's not really her fault. She's lovely. I've got my idea is that she's like just this fun-loving best friend who, you know, only really wants what's best for Nee and both of them, and, you know, she never means for anything bad to happen. She just wants, you know, a good life for the both of them, and it doesn't really turn out like that. So let's do a bit of this here, maybe that'll be nice. Yeah, and then the other main character is a human merchant who is just referred to as the merchant for a long time in the comic, but then they get a name. But it's kind of like a big plot point that they're not really referred to like with their actual name until a bit later on, so I'm not about to say their name, even though God knows when this comic's actually going to go into full swing. But, you know, I'm excited and I'm happy about it, and, you know, one day, hopefully, it'll be something that I'm sinking, you know, more time into, you know, more art-based time into, where I'm actually drawing for it. God knows I want to, but yeah, it's like my little passion project, my little boy, my little passion project. But yeah, Oh, well, I just talked about that a lot. I'm nearly done here. I think that'll be it for a while, but this is just a little tester to see how filming might be. I know my lighting's not particularly great. I'm not entirely sure how good my camera is for filming. So I'd like to see how that works out. So I am going to give him a pupil, but that's going to be in black. And okay, so Nee's actual outfit is a teal shirt with a brown and maroon jacket over, and he has, like, you know, nice slacks, and you know, he has some brogues. He's quite a little fancy lad, but that's relatively annoying to draw consistently whenever I just sketch him in a book like this. So at one point I started, hilariously may I add, drawing him in a yellow shirt that just said the words Naruto on. And it was a hilarious joke, everybody laughed, it was funny. I pretty much only draw him in the Naruto shirt these days. That is not his outfit. Like, I just want to let everyone know that's Naruto shirt is not his outfit, but it's easier to draw than his outfit. He actually has two canon outfits, but the other one is his, you know, his shirt blazer outfit, but with armor on, so it's even harder to draw. But Betsy's is easy, so she's pretty easy just to scribble and sketch, because she just wears a hoodie with a star with a bow and arrow through it. Which then ended up looking a bit like the Steven Universe t-shirt, which was completely by accident. Again, it was 2015. Alright, and then I'll just do a little bit of lining, and then I'd say he's done. Oh my god, I love this pen. I can't remember where I got it, but this pen, epic, literally poggers, the most poggers of pens, you know. The ink doesn't dry very quickly, so the amount of times I've bloody smudged shit after inking it because I've been in a rush, you do not understand. So often. I can hear a fly just came into my room. The annoying noises never stop. The alarm may have stopped. The annoying noises never stop. It's not a fly. You're one of my bloody housemates. That's a joke. I love my housemates. They're wonderful. They're epic. If you're watching this, Emily Elwell Morgan, I love you. And I didn't steal your milk, Elle. It's in my housemate. Elle put a sign on her milk yesterday that says Elle's milk, property of Elle, do not touch except for Elle, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to the hit Disney movie, the straight-to-video sequel to The Emperor's New Groove, Kronk's New Groove. So I appreciate that, that's quite fun. But if I stole her milk, I did not mean to. We all have the same milk because we are all lactose intolerant, except for Morgan. Morgan is not lactose intolerant, so he's the only one who has normal milk. Oh, I wish that were me. Somebody is out in their back garden and is having a conversation. Wish that were me. It's such a nice day. We don't really have a back garden. We have a patio thing, but it's a bit grubby. I'd like to clean it up and have a barbecue. It's such nice weather, but I mean, like, we're quarantined. You know, maybe it's not the best idea. Well, maybe it is. We had an indoor picnic the other day and it was very cute. It was for Easter. We were like, yeah, we'll do something for Easter. We'll have a picnic together. I baked a pie. And we all watched Rise of the Guardians. Because I didn't want to watch Narnia. Because fuck Narnia. Man, if I wanted to learn about Jesus, I'd read the Bible. Also, Turkish Delight's kind of wank. I've never liked that shit. I really, really don't. And sell your family for Turkish Delights. No, it doesn't even taste good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Have I wanged it? Have I wanged it? Eh, kind of. It's fine. It's fine. Classic. My hand and maybe my head are probably completely in the way now, but I'll have to deal with it. I'm trying to do this without having both hands covering where you'd see, because normally I have both hands on the page, but trying to make it easier to be seen. I also need to work on my traditional lining skills, so I'm not good at it. I wish I was better at traditional, because I do just sink all my time into digital, but it's because digital has stabilization on pens and I have incredibly shaky hands. So trying not to shake right now is incredibly energy consuming. Ah! That wasn't what I wanted. Well, let me just fill that in then. That's fine. This is fine. This is the dog in the fire. God, I hope that artist gets compensated for all the people who make knockoff merch of his shit. Let's get this. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, we're nearly done now. I don't know how much of a success this video will be. Again, I don't really know if the camera's good enough for this. I don't really know if it's in frame enough. I draw incredibly slowly, so this like really quick warm-up doodle is probably way too long of a sketch video. Maybe I should film one and then edit it down and then talk over the edited down footage. Who knows? Not me. I might try it. I've got nothing but time right now. That's him. Oh, I do love him. I do care him. There we go. It's my little boy knee. Right. Well, thanks for watching. If I post this anywhere, I am Drew to yourself, and I'll see you later. Bye.